I just got the Taylor Swift fountain pen. Hey there, Julia here. I just got this today, this Taylor Swift fountain pen, and I'm just going to open it up with you guys and test it out, ink it up, and just see what we have here. So right off the bat, when I did get it, it did have a plastic wrap around it. I took that off so it wouldn't be a reflection mess on camera. But we see a nice black gift box that it comes in, and it says, "From the desk of Taylor Swift." And so we open this up. It also had a little white slip of paper in here that just quickly talked about how to insert the cartridge here into the fountain pen. So I do want to say before going forward that my only bias, I guess, is, or like just the background here, my videos are mostly about journaling, planning, fountain pens, ink, that type of deal. So I am coming with that experience and knowledge. And I wouldn't consider myself a Swiftie, but the songs and albums that I do like, I really like. So that being said, we open it up, and yes, we do have a black cartridge here. It looks just, first glance, kind of like an international standard cartridge of black ink here, which, you know, definitely was expecting that, but I don't think I'm going to be using the cartridge. But, ooh, that's in there. I'm going to pull out this pen, and it is smaller than what I was expecting. It would be considered a pocket pen, I do believe. Let me go grab a couple of other pocket pens. Okay, so we have the Pilot E95S. Oh, it's actually very close to that height. And then we have the Kaweco Sport, which is still smaller. So yeah, definitely a pocket size pen. And it feels nice and light in the hand. You guys know I have to talk about the branding on here. For what it is, it's not terrible. Like, it does look very sleek. I'm again going to point to the finial. This probably could have went on the finial here, but I do like this. It's very nice, and I do love a black and gold moment. So we're gonna unscrew this. Have this kind of brush aluminum situation. It does screw on the back. It does have the threads on the back here. Totally up to you. If you don't screw it on the back, it's very small. It does pass the crook of my hand, but it is rather small. I think it's more comfortable if you screw on the back like that. See, the next thing that I'm noticing is that this grip section is a little short. Not a lot of room for my fingers before you start hitting the threads in here. So there's that. For the nib, it just says Genius Iridium. Genius Iridium, maybe? There's that. I'm not familiar with Genius nibs. I'm sure it is a, you know, cheap Chinese brand sort of situation, but I mean, it's pretty to look at. You can't really expect a super high quality nib at $15, but you know, it is pretty. It is a two-tone. There is silver and gold happening there. It's a little squeaky. All right, so I'm gonna see what we can ink this up with. I have some International Standard converters. This is a mini one. I also have some over here. I'm just gonna go for right now the smaller one. Yep. Fits right in, maybe not, maybe so. It's in there, it's not, okay, there we go. It wasn't a very tight fit at first, but it's in there. I'm gonna ink her up with Ferris Wheel Press Atlas Iron Ore, which is an Atlas Stationers exclusive. I will leave this ink and some converters down in the description if you happen to have this pen and want to put some other inks in it instead of the standard black that it came with. This is a black, well, really dark gray iron looking ink. It does have some shimmer in it, but not very much. So I think we should be good here. We don't know what size the nib is. No, I'm sure it's a fine or a medium. That's typically what we see with these kind of no name brand pens. Stick it in here. And we got nothing. And we got nothing. And we got nothing. Okay. There we go. For some reason, it's working now. Okay, I will say that this barrel area is quite small. And my typical standard international converters would not fit in there. It was just a little too thick. So something to keep in mind, you might need to get some little mini converters. Something I also noticed in that filling fiasco is the size of this feed. So I don't know if that's an issue. I've never really come across a pen where the feed is that much smaller than the nib. Very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna do a little writing sample. Okay. Yes, it's definitely a fine nib. And you guys know me, I wish it had a name, even though we know that it's a Taylor Swift fountain pen. Like, give me something, give me a name to call this thing. TTBD FP. It's fine. It writes fine. It's more smooth than I was expecting. I was expecting some feedback, some unpleasant characteristics when writing, but so far, so good. I will say, especially with my nails, again, that writing even that little bit, it does feel weird with the grip section being so small. Here, there's just not a lot of room for me to like grip. So that is something to note, but yeah, overall, not bad. I definitely wonder how well this will seal. Hopefully the nib stays nice and wet in here, but I will report back in maybe another currently inked video or something like that, because I will leave this inked and test it out. I'm very excited about the prospect of more people getting into fountain pens, even if it's through a Taylor Swift fountain pen. There's nothing wrong with that. Just like I say with cover songs, like who cares if the song that you know is a cover of another song? 9 times out of 10, if I like a cover song, I'll go and check out the original, and it may or may not open up a whole other world to me. So hopefully that is the same with this. But yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to hop on here and give it my first try with you guys. But let me know what you think. Do you think a Taylor Swift fountain pen is good or bad for the community? Let me know down in the comments. If you are a Swiftie and this is your first Julia video, consider subscribing. If you want to talk more about fountain pens, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.